All right, Shalom. It's running a little bit late because all the traffic down Dudley Road. This oppressor's got no sense. He wants to. He had all this time to fix the roads during COVID, but no, what did he do? Nothing. And then now he wants to fix the roads when everybody's trying to be outside, man. So Salaka, that's why we're running late. But we're gonna go into depression, anxiety, self-doubt, low self-esteem, all of those kind of things, man. Because many of black people suffer from those things. Some black people don't want to leave the house. They don't want to leave the house in the morning because they're so depressed. They got anxiety. They got self-doubt. They're lacking self-belief. They don't believe in themselves and so forth. All of them things. So what we'll do is we'll start. But remember, check out Commanding General YAHANNA's radio show, which is 2 a.m. Monday and 2 a.m. on the Saturday UK time. Check those out, man. You get the latest breakdowns. You will get on what's going on, controversial topics, all of those kind of things. But now we're going to go into the Bible. So we're going to start off in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 57. So let me get that. Give me 1 second. All right, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 57. What most people like to do is judge their life based on other people's life. Understand this, man. Everybody's battle's different. Everybody's life is different. You can't base your life off of somebody else's. You can't base your life off of somebody else's success. You can only base your life off your life. Your life is your life and their life is their life, man. Most of us give ourselves these problems. Why? Because we look at other people's life and measure them like their success. Whereas, don't do that, man. You're supposed to examine yourself and find out how you can better yourself instead of looking at somebody else the whole time. Your battle is different to somebody else's, man. Now, the battle that they might have ain't going to be the same battle that you have. Now, the battle that every person has a different battle, and it's what do you do when it's time to battle? Do you sit down all day and cry on the bathroom floor and say, I can't do it, life's too hard, why is life treating me like this? Or do you stand up and fight back, man? Or do you fight back and push and keep on pushing? The thing is this, if you're depressed and you're sitting in that state of depression, until you get up and do something about it, your position's never going to change, man. If you sit down and stay in that depressed mind state, your situation's never going to change. Now, when you're feeling like that, you need to keep it moving, man. You need to push forward and keep pushing and keep pushing. That way you can leave that state, man. But if you just sit there, then no progress is going to be made, man. It's like if you're in a burning house, man, and the house is on fire. What are you going to do? Sit down all day and say, oh, the house is on fire and I'm going to burn to death and I'm going to die? Or are you going to try and save your life, man? That's what you need to do. You need to try and save your life, man. You're feeling depressed and you're feeling low and you feel like you're worthless. You need to push forward, man. Or you're going to stay in that state of depression, sitting down and listen, understand this with life. There's two type of things. There's a Salaki. Hold on 1 second. Let me just add Ira to this. Hold on, Ira. Let me just turn this. Shalom, let me just turn the speaker on. Say something, Ira. Let me see if I can hear.
Shalom, shalom.
Okay, I can hear. All right, no sign Christ. Give me 1 second.
No sign Christ.
In life, there's two different types of people. There's a thinker and there's a doer. Which one are you? Are you someone that sits down and thinks about doing something for the whole day? Or are you someone that gets up and does it, man? Thinking don't get things done, man. The thing is, you're thinking, you ain't getting things done. What you need to do is get up and do something about it. Sitting down thinking, oh, I'm gonna wait for my I'm gonna wait for my what's it called to improve? I'm gonna wait for my mental health to improve. I'm just gonna sit here, I'll be better. So listen, man, it don't work like that. You need to do something about it. Like, you can't just stay in the house, wrapped up in bed for the whole day and say, oh, I'm depressed and what I'm going through. You need to, you see the same energy that you're using for that depression. Use that same energy to do something positive, man. Wake up
Right.
with a positive mind state. That's what you need to do. I mean, if you're constantly thinking negative for the whole day, your days are going to be negative. So what do you need to do? You need to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to conquer this today. But if you're not doing that, if you're moping around in the house, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. What do you think's going to happen, man? Your mind's telling you can't do it, so you're not going to do it, man. What you need to do is wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm a conqueror, man. I'm a soldier. I can handle this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just get the door. So lucky Ira, give me a second. Ezra chapter 7 and verse 57. So what you need to do is get up in the
That's
morning.
in the Apocrypha, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So what you need to do is wake up in the morning and have a positive mind state, man. That's where it starts. Don't worry about what happened yesterday, man. It's a new day. If you let yesterday distract you from what's going on today, guess what? You ain't never gonna have peace of mind. You ain't never gonna fix up. Why? Because you're thinking about what happened yesterday. And the thing is this: don't let one bad day, don't mistake one bad day for a bad life. That's what people do. They mistake having one bad day for a bad life. Obviously, you had an interview, you didn't get the job. Don't worry about it, man. Don't go into a depression over that, man. The thing is this: you took a chance. Listen, taking the chance and getting rejected is better than not trying, man. This is the thing. You're better off trying and things not going how it's supposed to be than you not trying at all. Because if you don't try, you'll never know. You need to get up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm going to change my mind state. That's where it all starts, man. Because this is what happens. You wake up in the morning and there's so much things you could do, but you're so focused on being depressed, on being upset with your life and believing you're unsuccessful. You then do what? Sit down for the whole day and mope around for the whole day. And then when it affects your thoughts, it then affects the rest of your body. Why? Because all the tasks that you're supposed to do, you don't get them done. Why? Because you're sitting down in this deep depression, man. You're sitting down stressing about stuff which is out of your control. You're sitting down sad, moping around. Listen, man, there's no time for us to be doing that. What we need to do is what? Stand on our feet and fight back, man. That's what we need to do. Understand this until you change your thought process, until you stop letting these things bother you, these things is going to keep bothering you, man. Understand this. All that time you're sitting down spending on the negative, you could spend that on the positive, man. You could spend that on getting something done. All the time you're sitting down, moping, sitting down, feeling sad, you could stand on your feet and say, I'm going to do something positive, man. I'm not going to let this depression beat me. I'm not going to let this anxiety beat me. I'm not going to lock myself in a room. Why? Because I've got things to do and things need doing. And if I don't do it, nothing's going to get done. It's you. Listen, you're in a battle versus your depression, man. You're in a battle versus your anxiety. You're in a battle versus your self-doubt. Now, if you're constantly doubting yourself, you're never going to achieve, man. You ain't going to achieve nothing if you're constantly doubting yourself. What you need to do is wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I can do this, man. I can do that. And guess what? You'll try it. And even if you don't succeed, you can always try again. But if you don't take the chance, you will never know what you can achieve. You will never ever know. So sitting at home being miserable for the whole day, you're gonna spend the rest of your days doing that. And time's moving on, time's going by, and you're gonna be feeling the same in a year and the same in 2 years. It's time to stand on your feet today, man. It's time to stand up today and say, you know what? I'm not gonna let this anxiety and this depression get the best of me. So lucky Ira, read that for me.
Which verse, sir?
2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 57.
7 and 57. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
This is the what?
This is the condition of the battle.
And listen, what situation you're in, man, that is the condition of your battle. Now, in this condition which is your battle, what are you going to do? Are you going to fight or curl up into a ball, man? No matter what you've been through, that is the condition of your battle. Everybody's battle is different. What are you going to do when it's time for your battle, man? Are you going to lock yourself away from the world, or are you going to fight and overcome, man? Now, you have two options. You either fight or you don't defend yourself, man. And then you let the depression take over you. You let the anxiety take over you. You let the self-doubt take over you. The thing is this, too much times we say things like, oh, I can't do it. We haven't even tried. We haven't even tried. How do you know you can't do it if you haven't even tried? That's the mind thoughts that we need to not have, man. We need to say, you know what? I'm going to go for it because I can do this, man. But we like to say, I can't do it. I can't. And then in your mind, you tell yourself, I can't do this. And you start to get terrified. Whereas you could tell yourself, yeah, man, I got this. I can do this. It's all about your mind state, man. You need to wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I ain't going to have no negative thoughts today. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this accomplished. I'm going to come out of my comfort zone, man. Right. Usually I don't do this, but I'm coming out of my comfort zone. Why? Because if you don't ever try, then you won't ever know. If you don't try, you won't ever know, man. What you're scared of, you do it, man. That's the only way to overcome. If you're scared of swimming, then you should go swimming, man. And then after you complete it, you'll be like, you know what? I was afraid of that for years, and now I've completed it. Listen, man, your fears, what you're afraid of, you go and do it, man. The only way you conquer your fears is by facing them. And the thing is this, we don't like to face our fears, man. We don't like to face these things. So we sit at home for the whole day and mope around the house and wipe our tears with tissues and think how hard my life is, how bad my life is, why me? No one understands. And listen, man, you need to come to the I.S.U.P.K and get counsel and stand back on your feet. Right. Don't let what you're going through define you. Listen, man, if you don't have to stay in this one spot, going through this depression, being upset for the whole day. You don't have to stay in this one spot. It's a choice, man. This is what you can do. You can stand on your feet and say, okay, I'm going to get this done. You can take baby steps, man. The thing is this, with babies, what? Babies learn how to walk by what? By failing, man. Babies first to stand up on the sofa, to take one step and fall down. Now, if a baby fell down and said, oh, I can't do it, and sat down the whole time, guess what would happen? They would never walk, man. These babies would never, ever walk. So what do they do? They get up and keep trying, man. These babies get up and keep trying until they take one step, 2 steps, 3 steps. That's what you need to do, man. Take baby steps.
Right.
Don't just sit down and cry all day. Oh, I can't do it. You're not trying, man. That's the thing. You will never do something if you're not trying. If a baby said, you know what, I've tried to. If a baby said everybody else is walking and I can't walk, why me? I'm just going to sit here all day and I'm going to feel sorry for myself. They would never walk, man. What do? They get up, take 1 step and fall over, take 2 steps and fall over. That's what you need to do, man. Get up and take steps. If you're sitting in the one room all day crying about how hard your life is, you're never going to progress, man. You're never going to move forward in life.
Yes, sir.
Take steps and move forward in life. Go ahead.
And the baby does that instinctively.
Exactly.
So those are one of a human being's first tests in the life. How you gonna communicate and how you gonna walk, right?
Exactly. All of these things we do, like feeling that type of way. We don't need to feel that type of way, man. What we need to do is take baby steps. That's right. And then everything will improve in its time. But if you stay in the one spot, nothing's gonna improve, man. So I can read that from you, Ira.
Canada from the top, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
This is the condition of the battle. What you're going through in life, this is the condition of your battle, man. Your battle will be different to everybody else's. Go ahead.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall what?
Shall fight.
So you better fight that battle, man. That's right. If you don't fight that battle, then you're going to lose. When people battle, there's a winner and a loser. And you're in a battle right now. You're in a battle with depression. You're in a battle with anxiety. And if you don't fight, you're going to lose. If you're sitting all day wrapped up in the bed, refusing to move, you're going to lose that battle, man. The only way to overcome is to fight. And our whole life is a battle, man. Everything we do in life, every day is a battle. Everything in life is a battle. Either you're gonna fight or you're not gonna fight. What are you gonna do, man? Are you gonna be someone that thinks or a doer? There's two type of people in life, man. One does something and one just sits and thinks about it. Sitting and thinking about something doesn't get it done, man. Sitting and thinking, oh, I used to be happy. That's not gonna make you happy, man. You need to actions make you happy. You need to get up and find that happiness, man. You need to find that happiness. It's not gonna come to you. You need to find a way to get over all these feelings and whatnot. Read on.
Verse 58. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said.
He shall what? And if you don't overcome it, you're gonna suffer, man. So you need to fight and not let depression overcome you, not let anxiety overcome you, not let self-doubt and low self-esteem overcome you, man. And like I said, what you need to do is wake up and think positive, man. That's what you need to do. Think positive, because this is how it works. Replay negative scenarios in your mind day in, day out. You're not going to move past that situation, man. Imagine if every day you're replaying some negative scenarios in your head. The whole outcome of your life is going to be negative. And we've been taught to be negative, man. Whereas you can have a positive mind state. You can, wake up, come out the house. You don't need to be negative every day. Now, is our life hard? Yes, it is, man. But are we going to make this our life being hard stop us? We shouldn't make our life being hard stop us, man. Is there anyone? I believe you can drop that. Give me
Yes,
give me. Suck is the one that.
No, I say as you say, sir.
Let me read it. Yeah, read on.
I just closed it. 1 second, I will find it there.
Okay. So now everything in life is a battle.
I got it.
And what are you going to do? Fight or not fight, man? The decision's yours. Nobody can't make that decision for you. Now, you can either let all these things overcome you, or you can fight, man. Read on.
But if he get victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
This is the thing, man. If you win that battle, you're going to get the victory. You'll get the victory over depression. You'll get the victory over anxiety. You will get the victory over self-doubt. And then once you get those things, guess what you can do? You can teach other people to overcome it, man. Don't let depression swallow you up. Don't let all these things swallow you up. This is what you do. You fight and overcome it, man. And then you will get the victory. And then you can teach other people to overcome it. And how do you get that victory? By fighting back, man. By not letting a setback ruin your life. By not letting a setback ruin your life, man. This is the thing. Some people go to job interviews and they don't get the job interview. And it disheartens them. And they say, oh, there's no point. What's the point? Listen, man, that's just one job. That's just one interview. That's just one job. The thing is this. Every shot you don't take, you miss. So you keep trying, man. And then in the end, you will get one. Don't let these little things mess with your mind and dishearten you and make you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm never going to get a job. I need to turn my phone off and lock away from the world because I didn't get a job and because I applied for the job I wanted and didn't get it. This is the thing, man. You tried, which is good, and you didn't get it, so you just keep trying, man. And if you try again, they shut you down again. You keep trying, man. Don't ever sit down and say, you know what, I'm not gonna try. Don't ever give up, man. Like don't be a quitter. You have to fight these battles, man. Or you're never gonna overcome your depression. You're never gonna overcome your anxiety. You're always gonna have self-doubt. You're always gonna lack self-care and all of them things, man. And low self-esteem. You're gonna have all of those things. Why? Because you ain't fighting, man. Understand this battle that you're in, it's a fight. And you're in the fight, man. As long as you're alive, you're in the fight. But most people don't want to be in the fight, man. Most people just want to cut off from the world and shut everything down. And it don't work like that, man. You thinking this depression is gonna go away by itself? No, man, it don't work like that. These demons don't go away by themselves, except you fight, man. Because all these things is only demons, depression, anxiety, all of them. If you don't fight, these things won't go away, man. These things are just going to take over your body, and each day you're going to be worse, and you're going to be worse tomorrow, and worse the day after. Whereas you can say, you know what, I'm taking back control of my life. You can say, you know what, today is the day I get control back of my life. I'm taking my life back today. instead of leaving it in the hands of these demons that's just making you sit in the house all day and self-harm and making you depressed and anxious about everything. When that don't have to be your life, man. You can say, I'm taking control of my life today. If you want to, it's up to you. You can say, you know what? I'm going to take control of my life today. Or you can do the other thing. Sit in a room in the dark with your head in your palms, all day, and do nothing about it, and just say, my life's so hard. You can do that. Or you can stand up, man. You can stand on your feet, wipe them tears away, and say, today's the day I take my life back. It's up to you, man. The decision's yours. You have to make that decision. Either you want to sit down on the floor, your head in your hands, or you stand up, man. Wipe off them tears and do things one step at a time. Drop the IRA. Give me Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And most some depression and stuff comes from being entangled with the world and stuff.
12 and verse
12 and 2.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Now, this world would make you depressed if you conform to it. Why? Because then you see everyone on Instagram with the big cars, and then you start to feel like you're unsuccessful. You start to feel like, well, these like got all the money, these like got all the jewelry, these like got all the big cars. Because then you conform to this world. Listen, man, that's what this world calls success. This world's version of success don't mean nothing, man. This world's version of success is garbage to the Lord. Look how much of these successful celebrities end up overdosing and dying and all these things. Because success from the world means nothing, man. All of their success means nothing to the Lord. So we look at their life and be like, oh, I'm unsuccessful. I ain't got the greatest job. I ain't got the best car. I ain't got the best house. And then we let all of that in our head. And then we start to get depressed and start to feel like, oh, I'm not where I'm supposed to be in life. Who cares about the big car, man? Understand this. One day that big car they got's going to get old, man. One day that house they got's going to get old. The roof's going to be leaking and everything. Who cares about that, man? We measure life by people's success. Whereas success, you're meant to look at yourself, man. Understand this. You're in competition with yourself. It should be you versus you. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be you versus nobody else. It's you versus you, man. You're meant to be a better version of yourself. Forget what he's doing over there. That's him. It's you versus you. Success is measured differently, man. You're measuring success based on riches. Now, to some people, that's not success, man. To a man that broke his back and had to learn to walk again, when he walks, that's success to him, man. That's what he sees as successful, and there is success. So everybody's success is different. Something which might be small to somebody else might be a big thing to you, man. Allow yourself to celebrate your wins. Now, your wins might be small to somebody else's, but it's still a win for you, man. Celebrate it. Don't let nobody else tell you, yeah, you win don't really mean nothing. Listen, man. Everybody does stuff in their own time. Your success is different to everybody else's. And you're allowed to celebrate your wins, man. Even if you think they're small, you're allowed to celebrate them. Don't let no one tell you you can't celebrate and be happy that you've done something that they done 20 years ago. Who cares, man? They done it 20 years ago. Good on them. That's them. But you're you, man. That's what we need to realize. It's us versus ourselves. We need to be a better version of ourselves tomorrow. Who cares about them over there with all the money and the jewelry? Yeah, that's them. Let them do whatever they're doing. We don't need to worry about that, man. But real success is serving the Lord, man. That's what real success is. Because you're going to get everything, man. You're going to get everything the Lord wants you to have. But when you're entangled with the world, you start worrying about the affairs of the world. And then that way, you end up being depressed, man, and stressed and thinking, oh, I want all of these things, but I can't get it. And then you give yourself extra problems. Why? Because you've let the world dictate to you what success is. Every day on Instagram, we have to go on Instagram and see ZZ Mills running her mouth what a man should and shouldn't be doing. If you're entangled with the world, them things will make you feel like I need to do better. Whereas in here, when we see ZZ Mills, we just tell her, shut the hell up, man. That don't mean nothing to us what she says. We know what real success is, not none of that garbage that Instagram tells you success is. So Lucky, drop that. Give me Give me 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness.
Wait, do what?
Endure hardness.
You have to endure hardship, man. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Life's hard, yeah, man. Endure it. Understand, you ain't gonna be feeling like this forever, man. You just endure for now, and you keep pushing. Endure hardship, man. Understand that in life, times is gonna be hard. In life, things is gonna hurt. In life, you're gonna get your heart broke. Things is gonna hurt. You're gonna feel down. You're gonna feel sad. But you endure hardship, man. Don't let that hardship ruin your life. Don't let that hardship make you go into a deep depression where you don't want to do nothing no more, where you don't want to live life no more, where you feel like, oh, I'm just a failure. Listen, man, enjoy that hardship and understand this. Life's hard now, but it's not going to be hard forever. Understand this. It's going to get better, man, if you want it to. Now, if you're in a place of depression, what do you need to do? You need to keep it moving, man. That way you will leave that depression behind you one day. But if you just stop in the middle of nowhere and just sit there and, oh, this is my life now, I'm upset, I'm hurt, and you dwell on it and just sit down in this sadness, you ain't never going to leave that position, man. You're meant to keep it moving. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
If you're not going to keep it moving, you're going to be depressed for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years. You're going to hit the bottle. That's what happens, man.
Right.
At first, you start off depressed. Then you turn to substance abuse. Then you hit then you become an alcoholic. Why? Because you didn't deal with it. You see, before you pick up that bottle, you have a choice to say, I'm not going to do this, man. I'm not going to pick up this bottle. I'm not going to let what I'm going through dictate how I live my life from now. You're meant to say, you know what? I'm going through hardship and I'm going to endure because things is going to get better, man. Better days are coming. You're meant to keep it moving and say, what I'm going through now, it's hard, but better days are coming, man. Better days are on the way. But if you just sit there and dwell and negative thoughts every single day, you're going to live a very negative life, man. You're gonna shorten your life expectancy. Depression kills people, man. Some people die lonely and of heartbreaking depression, man. So it's a very dangerous thing. This depression will lead you to become an alcoholic, lead you to become a drug user. I mean, do you think people just started on heroin? Nah, man. One day they was going through something and said, maybe this will help the pain. Maybe this will heal me. The thing is this, man. You can get healed. We have brothers in the I.S.U.P.K who's trained to deal with these things, and they can heal you. The thing is this: in order for you to get healed, you have to want to be healed of your sickness. Now, if you want to remain sick and don't want the help and want to sit down in the dark all day, then nobody can help you, man. But you need to want to be healed of the sickness. You need to stand up on your feet and say, you know what? I'm going through something. Let me pick up the phone because I don't want this no more. But if you're going to sit down in your depression all day and not pick up the phone, like, you know what to do. You know to pick up the phone and call for counsel. But if you ain't going to pick up the phone and call for counsel, then you're going to be in that situation, man. And a part of you likes that situation. That's why you're not picking up the phone. You're supposed to hate that feeling, man, and say, you know what? I'm picking up the phone and I'm going to deal with this as soon as possible. That's what you're supposed to say. But some people just sit down and post suicidal quotes all day, which is a cry for help. And then when people try and help them, what do? You shut them out, man, which is a very selfish thing. If someone's trying to help you, don't shut them out. You let them in so they can give you that help, man, instead of shutting them out, turning your phone off, acting like nothing's wrong. It's okay to be hurt, man. If you're hurt, it's okay. You phone your brothers and they'll get you straight, man. Don't sit down on your own depressed and no one knows what you're going through. And then the demon in your head tells you no one cares about you. And then before you know it, you start believing that, when you could just pick up the phone and tell someone, yo, this is what I'm going through. Your situation will get fixed real quick. So, like, I read on.
As a good soldier of Yahweh.
As a what?
As a good soldier of Yahweh.
We taught to be good soldiers of Christ, man. And what do soldiers do? Soldiers fight, man. So you need to fight everything in life. A good soldier fights. Now, you don't want to be a soldier that just sits down on the battlefield and says, "Oh, well, we're outnumbered. Oh, well, I've got all these stresses. I'm outnumbered by these stresses." A good soldier fights, man. A good soldier fights.
That's right.
A good soldier goes down fighting, man. Instead of giving in and just sitting down and carrying up. That's not what a good soldier does, man. Only a terrible soldier would do something like that, man. You better pick up the phone for counsel, because a good soldier fights. And you ain't no good soldier if you're not fighting, man. You ain't no good soldier if you're taking drugs. You ain't no good soldier if you becoming an alcoholic. If that's what you are doing, I suggest you put down that bottle and you get in contact with the I.S.U.P.K in your city, man. You contact the I.S.U.P.K in your city as soon as possible, and then you can get your situation fixed, man. You can get counsel on what to do. Whatever you're afraid of, you can get counsel on it, man. Don't let them demons keep you locked up in the house, keep you depressed and suffering from all kinds of things. Don't let them do that, man. Drop that. Give me Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 22. Hold on, let me get there with you.
$22, you say, right?
Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 22.
This is the book of. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Read on.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17 and verse 22. A merry heart doth good like a medicine.
A merry heart doeth good, man. Meaning, if you're happy and you're at peace with yourself, your heart in the Bible is your mind, man. Now, if you've got a clear mind, it does you good, man. Why? Because you can function. A merry heart doeth good because you can function, man. Your mind's clear. You're not stressing about nothing. You're not feeling no type of way about nothing. A merry heart doeth good. And that's what you need to obtain in life. Where you can wake up in the morning and be comfortable with yourself, man. Where you can go to bed and feel comfortable with yourself. Where you can wake up and you're not feeling there's some dark cloud over your head. You're not feeling stressed, anxiety, anxious, all of them things. A merry heart doeth good. Because why? If you've got a merry heart, you can go about your day. Your thoughts are positive. You're getting things done. You're getting things complete. Go ahead.
Another one come. But a broken spirit dries the bone.
But what?
But a broken spirit dries the bone.
A broken spirit dries the bones, man. A broken spirit will dry up anything you could have achieved. Because a broken spirit means you ain't even going to try. You're just going to sit down all day and mope around the house the whole day. And everything you could have achieved, you ain't going to try. Why? Because you got a broken spirit. Because you're feeling depressed, stressed, all of those kind of things. This is why it's very important that you have a merry mind. Because understand this, your thoughts control what you do. Your thoughts control what you do. Before you do anything, it's a thought process, man. Your brain sends signals to the rest of your body. So your thought process is where it starts. Now, if you ain't got a merry mind, you ain't going to get nothing done, man. You're always going to be like, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do it. Before you even know if you physically can do it, it's a thought in your mind telling you that you can't do it. And it dries up the bones, man. Because your mind's so hell-bent on I can't do it that you'll never try, man. You need to try something that you think you can't do. You try it and then you will conquer it. You try it and then you will conquer it, man. That's what you have to do. It's like the gym. First, when you go to the gym, you ain't benching 100 kg the first time you go. You have to try, you have to fail, you have to get a spotter. And you still might fail. And then one day you can do 100 kg. Now imagine if the first time you tried it, you put the weights down and lied on the bench and said, I can't do it, I can't do it. And then you never ever tried again. You're never going to be able to do it, man. Sometimes you have to try and sometimes you have to fail. And when you fail, you keep on trying, man. Don't let failure stop you, man. You only truly fail when what? When you give up. Now, some people fail their driving test 3-4 times and they keep trying, and one day they pass. Now, if you fail your driving test and say, I can't do it, you're going to be catching the bus forever, man. Why? You don't like to try. You need to try in life, man. Sometimes in life, try and stop giving up so easily. Once you fail something once, it don't mean you can't do it, man. Just train harder. You go back to the drawing board and you try again. Don't be doing this. Oh, I can't do it. I failed 2 times. Listen, man, you could be 3rd time lucky. You could be 10th time lucky. You could be 100 times lucky.
Salak your turn by Honda. You shouldn't go anymore.
Listen, you got to keep trying. If you don't try, you succeed. So you have to try, and you have to push forward, and you have to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to do this, man. Like some people before their driving test say, oh, I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. If you're thinking like that, you've already set yourself up to fail, man. This is what you need to do. Yeah, I got my driving test at 2 o'clock. I'm going to phone you back when I pass my driving test. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly go pass my driving test and phone you back. If you don't pass it, you just apply for it again, man. Right. Don't cry about it. Guess what? You're going to cry about it, and crying don't fix the situation. Sitting down in the room in the dark don't fix the situation. Moping around the house don't fix the situation. How do you fix the situation? By applying and doing it again, man. That's how you fix the situation. Guess what? You ain't going to get a pass by sitting down in the house crying. You ain't going to get the dream job by sitting down in the house crying. You ain't going to get what you want out of life by sitting down in the house crying. It takes actions, man. It takes you standing on your feet and saying, you know what? Things didn't go my way the last time. I'm going to do everything in my power to make it go my way this time. If it don't go your way again, no sweat, you try again, man. But every chance not taken, that's when you fail, man. When you don't take chances. Sometimes in life, you have to take chances, man. It's like when a man wants a woman, man. If you don't speak to her, you're not going to get her, man. Now, you could speak to her and you still don't get her. At least you tried, man. At least now you know where you stand. Rejection is better than not taking a chance, man. You're better off getting rejected. That way you can go home with a peace of mind. Well, I tried. And not taking the chance. Than going home thinking, what if? Forget this what if stuff. Why don't you make sure, man? Why don't you, instead of what if, why don't you just make sure? You're saying, I can't do this and you've never tried. Why don't you just try it and make sure you can't do it instead of not even trying? Listen, man. It's all this, it's all in your thought process. Go ahead.
But read on.
Read from the top.
Canada one cancer. The book of Proverbs, chapter 17 and verse 22 says, a merry heart doth good like a medicine.
A merry heart is good like medicine, man. What does medicine do? Medicine makes you better, man. You having a good thought process will make you better at everything in life. It will make your whole life better. It will make your outlook on life better. Everything you put your hand to do will make it better, man. Why? Because you've got a good thought process. You're not stressing. You're not afraid. You're not feeling anxious. You're doing what? You've got a merry mind, so it's like medicine, man. Meaning a merry mind makes everything better. If your thought process is good, the rest of you will be good, man. Like the thing is this.
That's right.
You can't sit down and cry for the whole day and mope for the whole day, because then you will never get better, man. And you will just have a broken spirit. Right. And then you're just gonna be hurt for the rest of your days. Whereas you can say, you know what I've went through, this is the battle. And you know what? I can't change the past, but I'm in control of right now. I'm in control of the present. What went bad for me back then, I'm not going to let that define me as a person. I'm not going to take that into my future. Right. Draw a line right here, and I'm going to be a better person, man. I'm going to stand on my feet, and I'm going to be a better person than I was yesterday. I'm going to be a better person than I was last year. Understand this, man. All small progress is still progress. All progress is progress, man. But you can't progress when you're sitting down, stressed, depressed. You're not going to progress that way, man. Read on.
But a broken spirit dry the bone.
And a broken spirit dries the bones, man.
Bones.
Listen, man, a good mind is like medicine, meaning it makes you better. That's what medicine does. When you're sick, medicine makes you better, man. You having a good thought process, your mind being clear, you having peace of mind. That's like medicine, man. That will keep you healthy, man. That will keep you good. Why? Because you accomplish everything you set out to. But if you don't have that, you're gonna sit down and wallow in your sadness. You're gonna waste away in your sadness. Drop that. Give me Proverbs chapter 3 and 5. That's the last thing you want to do, is sit down and wallow in your sadness. That ain't the way. That ain't the way you should be living. That ain't the life for you to live. To sit down and wallow in your sadness. This is what you do, man. You've been given a battle, and the condition of the battle is you fight in that battle, man. Now imagine you're in the field, and the man on the opposite side of you has a sword, and you have no weapons, and you're not going to defend yourself. Listen, man, this is the condition of the battle. He's got a sword, and you ain't, man. You better defend yourself. The condition of the battle is whatever the condition is, and you might be at a disadvantage in this battle, but you better fight and get the victory, man. Now, if you don't fight, you will never know if you could have got the victory. Now, you're better off fighting and not winning the battle and knowing, okay, well, I went down fighting. But for you to just lie there and not defend yourself and not fight back in these battles, you will never know how strong you are, man. You will never know your strength. You will never know if you can win this battle. It all comes down to you, man. It comes down to you standing on your feet today, man. And starting over. Read that from me, Ira.
Canada one cancer. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
That's what we're supposed to do, man. This helps. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Why? Because what you're going through, the Lord can fix your problem, man. Any problem you have, the Lord can fix it. So we don't need to worry too much. All we have to understand is, okay, life's hard right now. It's not going to be like this forever. The Lord knows what's going on. Maybe I don't know what's going on, but the Lord knows what's going on. The Lord knows why this is my battle. And the Lord wants me to get the victory in this battle. Maybe this battle that I'm in right now is for me to overcome it, so I can show people who's not as strong as me how to overcome it. Or you can just sit down and lose the battle. You can sit down and lose the battle and let these demons run wild in your head for the whole day. Or you can stand up and fight back in this battle, man. What do you want to do? Do you want to fight back in this battle? Or do you want to sit down all day and let these demons run wild in your head? Read on.
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
And don't lean to your own understanding, man. Trust in the Lord. And how do you do that? By you coming to the I.S.U.P.K to get counsel. You lean into your own understanding as you thinking alcohol fixes the problem. You thinking smoking weed fixes the problem. You thinking injecting drugs fixes the problem. That don't fix the problem, man.
That's right.
That's you leaning to your own understanding.
Right.
In the I.S.U.P.K, we have the solution, man. The Lord has gave us the solution to fixing this nation. All your problems, you bring all your problems here, man. All your problems, you bring them to the I.S.U.P.K, man. And we'll solve all your problems. Lord allow, we'll solve all your problems, man. If you bring them to the I.S.U.P.K. But if we don't know about your problems, then we can't fix them. Because we ain't mind readers. I can't look at you and tell what you're going through. If you don't speak, then I don't know, man. You pick up the phone and phone for counsel, man. And then you can get help. I mean, 999 don't just turn up at your house to give you help. You need to phone them, man. I mean, the police that are in the donut shop like the police usually are, they don't know you've got some fight going on in the house until you phone them, man. You phone them, then they come and give you their assistance. If you ain't contacting us, we can't give you our assistance, man. Because we ain't mind readers and we don't know what's going on. So you need to do what? Phone the school for help. Read on Ira, any more than that?
Let's see. In all the
and what you don't want to do is don't be one of those people who say, "Oh, I'm not coming to
there is
more." Don't be one of those people who say, "Oh, I'm not coming to the truth because my mind ain't right yet and I'm going through something." That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. You're not going to come to the school because your mind's not right. That's the reason why you come to the school, man. This is the place where you get fixed. How much more are you supposed to come to the school when you're going through things? 10 times more, man. Don't sit down on your own. Oh, I ain't done this because my mind's not right. I ain't contacted the school because my mind's not right. I ain't came to class because my mind's not right. Now, if you're doing that, you don't want to fix the problem, man. Because that's where problems get fixed. By you coming to the school, That's where problems get fixed, man. It's like you breaking your arm and saying, "Oh, I'm not going to go to the hospital until my arm's fixed." You wouldn't do that, man. You go to the hospital for them to fix your arm, while you come to the I.S.U.P.K to fix your life, man. Your life is never going to get fixed. Don't listen to that demon in your head that says to you, "Oh, don't go to the school until your mind's sorted out," because your mind will never be sorted out, man. It will never be sorted out. You know why? Because this is the very place where it gets sorted out. So you have to come here to sort it out, man. It's like you being sick and saying, "No, I'm not going to go to the hospital until I'm better." The whole point of you going to the hospital is so you get better, man. That's the I.S.U.P.K. You come here so you get better. Don't be sitting at home. "Oh, my mind wasn't right, so I stayed away." Your problem's never going to get fixed, man. You're just going to fall worse into a deeper depression. Read on.
Kan. Verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him.
In what?
In all thy ways acknowledge him.
In all your ways, acknowledge the Lord, man. In all
That's
of your
right.
ways, acknowledge him. That's step one, man. Everything's going bad for you. You serve the Lord, man. And guess what? The Lord will improve your situation, or the Lord just wants you to go through this for a period of time. The Lord wants you to go through this for a period of time to see if you're going to serve him in everything, or if you're going to endure, or if you're not going to endure. Because some people will serve the Lord as long as things is going good. And then once everything starts to go bad, they don't want to serve the Lord no more. Because they feel like, "Well, my life's going bad. Let me just sort it out. I'll speak to you like when I sort it out." When your life's going bad, you come here, man. That's what you do. Whether your life's good or bad, you come here, man. Don't be one of those people when things is going bad. You don't want to come to the school no more. You don't want to teach class no more because what you're going through. You don't want to do your obligations no more because of what you're going through. Listen, man. You come and do your obligations and it will take your mind off it.
That's right.
It will take your mind off all the stresses of what you're going through, man.
Right.
It will give you a peace of mind. Why? Because you forget about all that stress while you're doing the obligations that you need to do. It will get you out the house, man. It will get you out of the house from sitting in that dark room all day. Is there any more on that, Ira? Is that it?
Just the end of the verse, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he shall direct thy path.
Say that again.
And he shall direct thy path.
And then the
Path.
Lord will direct your paths. Listen, man. The Lord directs your paths, man, as long as you serve him. Go
That's
ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
Read on.
Yeah, is there anyone that? Give me Psalms chapter 34 and verse 17.
Shall I say that again?
Give me Psalms chapter 34 and verse 17.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth.
Listen, man, the righteous cries and the Lord hears. Some days you're going to cry, some days you're going to feel a certain type of way. Don't worry, man. The Lord hears, man. You think the Lord don't see your situation? You think the Lord don't see your problems? The Lord sees, man. And it's your job to fight that battle. You can't sit down for the whole day and mope around and say how sad my life is. Listen, man. Christ knew he was going to die, man, and he got on with it, man. He knew he was going to die for this nation, and he got on with it, man. He didn't let that stop him. You think what? You think he didn't think about it and say, "Yo, it's going to be rough. That day's coming closer." He prayed to the Most High this cup can pass from him, and he said, "If it be thou will, I'll go through with it, man." That's what we need to do, man. We pray to the Lord and we keep pushing. Don't just sit down in one spot, depressed, feeling sorry for yourself. Get up, man. Stand on your feet, man. Be a good soldier of Yahushua. Read on.
Another one come. And deliver them out of all their troubles.
And what?
and deliver them out of all their trouble.
So listen, man. While we sitting down crying about feeling depressed and anxiety, the Lord can do what?
Deliver you out of all your problems, your
All of you.
troubles.
Listen, all of your troubles, man. The Lord can deliver you out of all of your troubles. Whatever troubles you're going through, whatever's troubling you spiritually and mentally, the Lord can deliver you out of them, man. The thing is, do you want to be delivered out of them? Or do you just want to sit in the room and shut off from the world and mope about how hard life is and how sad life is? And my life's harder than everybody else's. My life's worse than everybody else's. Because with my life's so hard, and my life is the worstest life in the thousands of years that the earth's been here. And I go through worse things than everybody else. And nobody goes through what I go through. So I'm just going to sit right here and cry myself to death, feeling sorry for yourself. You can do that, or you can say, "This is the condition of the battle. Let me stand on my feet, man. Let me do everything in my power to get back to where I need to be." Or you can just sit there all day and cry until you're 80 years old, 90 years old, and look back at the highlights of your life and all of it's been spent of you depressed, crying. Or you can stand up and take action, man. What do you want to do? Do you want to take action, or do you just want to sit there and cry for the whole day? I know what I would do. I would take action, man. Now, at first, it's going to be hard to get up, but do it, man. Right. At first, you feel like you can't leave the house, you can't get nothing done, but do it, man. Right. Do it, man. Go out the house 5 minutes for one day, 10 the next day, 20 minutes the next day, and all of those things, man. There's some people who have social anxiety, man. Right. There's some people who are scared to go out the house. If you're scared to go out the house, this is what you do. You contact the I.S.U.P.K. We will take you out the house, man. That's right. We will take you out the house. Right. That's what we will do, man. We'll take you out the house, take you to a coffee shop, let you sit down and conversate. And guess what will happen? One day, you'll realize, you know what? I was scared of that. I'm not scared of it no more. Right. Whatever you're scared of, you need to conquer it, or you're going to remain a slave to your fears. Right. You're going to be a slave to whatever you're scared of until you conquer it, man. If you're scared of something, you will always have a shut-off point. I can't do that. Why? Why can't you do it? Oh, I'm scared of it. I'm scared. I can't do this. Why? Because I'm scared. You'll never overcome it, man. Why? Because of your fears. Sometimes you have to face your fears, man. Right. You have to face your fears and go through it, man. And then you will come out on the other side, man. You will do it and you will come out on the other side. And you'll be like, damn, I was scared of that. Look at me now. But if you don't try, you will never know. If you don't try, you will always stop at this wall. This wall will always be blocking you from progressing. Why? Because you're scared. Because you're scared. Because I'm afraid of it. Listen, man. You ain't got to be afraid of nothing, man. That's right. You face your fears and then you overcome it. Right. Or this wall is going to always block you. You're always going to stop at this hurdle. You're always going to stop at this hurdle. And the reason you stopped at this hurdle is why? Because I'm scared. Now, how silly does that sound, man? I didn't overcome certain things. Why? Because I'm scared. Have you tried? No. Why don't you try? Because I'm scared. You know how silly that sounds? At least try, man. Right. If you don't try, you never know. And your excuse for everything in life will be, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Have you tried? No, you haven't tried, man. You better try, man. At least try before you say you can't do it, man. Listen, man, I learned from Captain Mashak one time years ago when we first came into the truth. Captain Mashak used to say, do this. And we used to say, we can't do it. And the Captain Mashak used to say, have you tried? We used to say, no. And then he would say, well, try first. And then we would try, and then we would be successful. That's how you know, man. You try first, man. Right. You come to the school, you contact your camp leader. Your camp leader will give you counsel. You're the best counsel you ever get, better than any paid counselor can give you. All these Edomites that get paid for the job that they hate to do, they're just there for the paycheck. They don't really care about what you go through in here. You get righteous counsel, man. Right. You get the counsel of the Lord. Is there any more in that IRA? Is that it?
32 and 34, we was in 17. Lord, yes. I can't judge that, sir. Maybe you should take a look and
Yeah, read on actually. There's more. Read verse 18.
Kan er wel kan.
18.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart.
The Lord is what?
The Lord is nigh unto them. Nigh. Nigh.
Yeah, which means near. Go ahead.
Unto them that are of a broken heart.
The Lord is nigh
And
unto them that are of a broken heart. You're thinking you're all alone and no one cares. The Lord's nigh unto the righteous, man. Whether you got a broken heart, man, the Lord's close unto you. Don't forget that, man. Sometimes we forget that the Lord is with us, man. Sometimes we sit down with this broken heart, this broken spirit, and think nobody cares. When the Lord cares, man. Your brothers care, your sisters care. That's what the I.S.U.P.K is here for, man. Now that we're here, you take advantage of us, man. You take advantage of us. You call the school for counsel with your questions, with your counsel, everything, man. That's what the school is here, man. The school has a 24-hour line for counsel, man. You've got the school number. You phone the school, man. Leave a message with your name, your number, and whatnot, or this phone, man. You can get counsel. You don't need to sit at home all day in the dark, feeling depressed, feeling like nobody loves you, feeling like nobody cares about you, feeling like your life's so hard. Listen, man, you can pick up that phone and you will get courage. You will get courage and you will get strength. You will get strength and courage, man, from these brothers who the Lord's blessed them with gifts and skills to give you strength and courage, man, to teach you how to stand upon your feet. You don't need to fight this battle alone. Why would you fight the battle alone when you got your brothers with you, man? It would be like if a man wanted to fight me and I got all my brothers with you. Me, what is all we can do? You think it's just going to be a one-on-one? Nah, man. You think you're battling just me? Nah, man. You're getting it from all of us, man. How about you let us fight these demons with you, man? How about you let us slay them demons with you? These demons which is in your head. How about you let us battle them with you? You don't need to battle them by yourself. We will help you, man. We will assist you, man. We will teach you the warfare to fight back. We will give you the correct counsel, man. Have you feeling like a new man. Tell you some stuff you've never been told in your life. The thing is this. In church, they just pacify your demons and say, oh, don't worry, just pray to God. That's all they say to you. Pray to God. When the thing is this, man. When you pray to God, the I.S.U.P.K is the answer to your prayers, man. You pray to the Lord, and the I.S.U.P.K is the answer to them prayers. You take advantage of this, man. Read on, Ira.
kan er wel kan, sir. And save such as be of a contrite spirit.
And listen, man, if you got a broken spirit, the Lord's there, man. The Lord loves blacks and Hispanics, man. We don't need to go through this heartbreak on our own. We don't need to be depressed. We don't need to sit in some corner in silence, looking at the walls. We don't need to not want to do nothing. I don't know if you've ever spoke to anyone who suffers from depression badly, but they don't want to do a thing, man. They don't want to leave the house. Some of them don't even want to shower or wash. Why? Because they're so fixated on being down in the dumps. Being down in the dumps. The only way to get out of the dumps is if you stand up and move, man. You need to move out of the dumps. That's what you need to do, man. You're feeling all low. You need to move away from that low state of mind. That's what you need to do, man. Instead of feeling all low and down and depressed. Time to stand up on your feet and fight back, man. Time to stand up on your feet, make your way to the battlefield, and fight and get the victory, man. Get the victory over all your fears, all of your depression, all of your stress. That's what we need to do, man. Fight and get that victory. Because if you don't fight, you will never know. And if you don't fight, you will never win. I mean, if you don't fight back, you'll never win, man. Sometimes you go into fights thinking you're going to lose and you end up getting the victory, man. You have to fight back, man. And if you don't fight back, you can't win if you don't try. You can't do nothing if you don't try. It will always just be one of them ones. I think I can't do this. I think I can't do that. I think I can't do this. And it will play on your mind. And you'll think for 10 years. You'll think for 20 years. You'll think for 30 years. How about you get up and do something, man? How about you stop thinking and you get up and do something? How about you stop thinking and you get up and make the change yourself? You need to make that change, man. Instead of I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that, I'm thinking this. You're going to be thinking for 50 years, man. And you're still going to be sitting in the same spot thinking. You're going to be thinking for 100 years. You're still going to be sitting in the same spot thinking. How about you say, you know what? Time to stand up on my feet and do something about it. Time to say, forget all of this thinking. It's time to do something. I'm going to do something instead of thinking. Drop that. Give me Mark chapter 5 and verse 1.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 5 and verse 1. And they came over onto the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarenes.
Yeah, the Gadarenes.
Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit.
And now, an unclean spirit is what? An unclean spirit is what? Depression, anxiety, self-doubt. All of that is an unclean spirit. Why is it an unclean spirit? Why? Because them things ain't the spirit of the Lord, man. You're meant to have confidence, man. You're meant to have confidence. Now, don't mistake confidence for arrogance and whatnot. But you're meant to have confidence. And if you're lacking confidence, self-doubt, constantly putting yourself down, I'm not good enough, I can't do this. That's an unclean spirit, man. That's a demon in your head telling you can't do this. And the demon thrives off you listening to him, man. And you need to say, yo, damn, I can do this. Because if you don't try, you'll never do nothing, man. You're always, that demon's going to have you right where he wants you. Where that demon has you is right where he wants you. He wants you in a state of panic. He wants you in a state of depression. He wants you in a state of I can't do this, in a state of I can't do that, in a state of not even trying, man. This demon wants you all to himself, and he wants you to sit down in the dumps for 50 years. He don't want you to fight this battle, man. Because if you do battle your demons, guess what? This demon would have to leave you because it's a fight between you and him, and you're winning the fight, and he has to leave you. But if you ain't fighting back, this demon's just going to be in your head the whole time. This demon's going to live inside your body. Your body's become this demon's home, man. This demon took over your body and taking control of all your thoughts, self-doubt, depression, low self-esteem, anxiety. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm scared. I'm afraid. I'm not coming out the house today. I'm staying in this house alone. The thing is this, you think you're in the house alone, you're in the house with that demon, man. You and that demon is occupying that house together. And what you need to do is stand up and battle that demon and say to that demon, listen, man, you ain't gonna be inside me no more, man. You ain't gonna be in my thoughts no more. You ain't gonna be making me have this self-doubt. The thing is this, when you have self-doubt, the way to defeat that demon is do what you doubt you can't do. You doubt you can't do something. Guess what? The way to beat that demon is you doing it, man. That's 1-0 to you, 0 to the demon, man. But you're letting this demon go 50-0, 10-0, telling you can't do it. You're letting this demon take over your thoughts and I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. You need to tell yourself, yo, I am good enough, man. I'm an Israelite and I can do anything. I'm an Israelite and the Lord is with me. I can do anything, man. Understand this? This demon knows who to target, man. And this demon's targeting you because he believes that you won't fight back. And this is why you need to contact the I.S.U.P.K and show this demon you picked the wrong one, man. Show this demon you picked the wrong nigga, man. You thought I weren't going to fight back. While you about to see. And you stand on your feet and fight back, man. Read on.
Another one can. Verse 3. Who had his dwelling among the tombs.
This man had a demon. His dwelling was among the tombs, man. The tombs is like the graveyard. He was dwelling there. Go ahead.
And no man could bind him.
Go ahead.
No, not with chains.
It says no man could bind him. No, not with chains. So they would try to chain this man up. It didn't work. Go ahead. Meaning they're saying this man was mentally unstable, mentally ill. To try chain him up, he would break the chains, he would rip the chains off, and all sorts of things. Go ahead.
Because that he had been often bound with feathers and chains.
And now they would just bind this man with chains. Now, this man's mad. Binding him with chains ain't gonna fix a madman. Now, how do you fix a madman? By you giving him the knowledge of the Lord and giving him counsel, man, and telling him to take his medication and telling him to do this program and telling him to do that program. Chaining up a madman ain't gonna stop him from being mad. Like with the madhouse, what did they do? They just put you in a padded room. Putting someone in a padded room doesn't change their mind state, man. Right. You need to sit down with that person and fix them from the inside out. You need to sit down with that person and get that demon gone, man. Not just put them in a padded room. Putting someone in padded rooms don't get rid of demons, man. Right. Tying someone up with chains don't get rid of demons. How do you know? Because this man had a demon and they just tried to just chain him up, and that didn't get rid of the demon. Same like when you're mad, all they do is put you in a madhouse. That don't fix black people, man. Putting them in a madhouse. They need what? They need they need a priest of the Lord to cast out that demon, man. They need to be set straight. They need to start over, man. They need to become a new person. Whatever it was that you went through in your past, which is making you behave like this, let that go. You're a new person now, man. All that thought process, that was the old man. You're a new man. Don't think like that no more, man. They need a fresh start to life, man. And that's what we give in the I.S.U.P.K. All them things which was making you mad in the past, you no longer have to be mad no more. Why? Because you can let go of those things. You was no longer that man that went through them things in the past. You're a new person, man. All these things on your mind, these stresses and these cares, you can erase them. Why? Because it happened to somebody, but that somebody's not you no more, man. Right. That somebody's not you no more. You're a new man, positive mindset. You new. Read on. Putting a man in chains ain't gonna get rid of no demons. And this why this man still had the demons after they tried to chain him, after they tried to tie him up. He still had the demons. Why? Because chaining people up don't get rid of demons, man. Read on.
And the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the feathers broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him.
And he said, neither could any man tame him. Neither could any man tame him. Now, you think your condition can't be fixed? Listen, man, it can. The thing is this man, they thought no one could fix this man's condition. They thought no man could fix this man's condition. Go ahead. What we're going to see.
And always, night and day, he was in the mountain and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones.
And this what? And this man had a demon, and this demon made this man cry and cut himself with stones. And that today is called self-harming, man. Today, cutting yourself with stones, it has a name, it's called self-harming. Back then, they just called it a demon. This man would cry and cut himself with stones. And that's what people do today when they have a demon. They cry and down alcohol. They cry and down pills. They cry and inject themselves. If you're doing that, your condition is the same as this man's. Right. And your condition can be fixed. Now, those people that couldn't tame this man, Christians can't tame you, man. That's right. Christians can't get rid of demons. Right. But in the I.S.U.P.K, we can get rid of them demons, man. That's right. This man was dwelling amongst the tombs in the mountains, crying. Because in his mind, they couldn't be fixed, man. And the reason you're crying and self-harming is why? It's because you know something ain't right with your life. And you want it fixed, but you don't know how to go about it. The way to fix it is ISUPK.com, man. Right. That's the way to fix your life. You don't need to sit in your room crying all day down in a bottle of alcohol. ISUPK.com will fix your life, man. Right. You don't have to dwell amongst the tombs and people trying to chain you up and you self-harming and crying all day, every day. Self-harming, scars from here, all on your back, scars everywhere. I.S.U.P.K is the solution to your problems, man. Right. Cutting yourself don't fix the problem. Crying all day don't fix the problem. But what does fix the problem is the counsel in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Because this counsel comes from the Lord and it fixes problems, man. It 100% fixes problems. And how do I know? Because I'm in the I.S.U.P.K, man. And we've fixed a ton of problems in here. How do you know? You think the I.S.U.P.K can't fix your problems? The thing is this, you haven't tried the I.S.U.P.K, man. You've just thought, like, this goes back to, I think, in your mind, it's like, I think the I.S.U.P.K can't fix my problems. Why don't you call and try? Why don't you do something? Why don't you walk into our I.S.U.P.K building and see if we can't fix your problem? Why don't you walk into a building? Go ahead, Quatazar.
It's Proverbs 19 and verse 15. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep.
Slothfulness, what?
Casteth into a deep sleep.
Listen, man. Being lazy and not wanting to do nothing. You get cast into a deep sleep and you get cast into a deep depression, man.
That's right.
Slothfulness cast into a deep sleep, meaning you're just going to be lazy every day. Why? Because my life's so hard. I can't come out that life because I live a hard life. Nobody knows what I'm going through. Right? You get cast into a deep sleep, even though you might be awake. You still cast into a deep sleep. Why? Because you're being a thinker and not a doer.
That's right.
You're just thinking all day. And you ain't doing nothing about it.
Right.
Your condition, you have to do something about it, man.
Right.
That's the only way to fix it. Instead of sitting down thinking, who cares what you think? Who cares what I think? You have to do something, man.
Right.
I think this, I think that, I think this, I think that. How about you do something and fix your condition?
That's right.
That's what you need to do, man.
Right.
For you're cast into some deep sleep, man.
Right.
That you can't come out of anymore. That
and an idle soul shall suffer hunger.
I know what?
And an idle soul shall suffer hunger.
And an idle soul shall suffer hunger, man. And listen, man, an idle soul, you can suffer hunger, everything, man. By you being idle and not doing nothing. Guess what? Sitting down all day doesn't produce nothing, man.
That's right.
Doing nothing produces nothing. Now, at least try and produce a little something. If you do nothing, you're just idle and nothing can't get done. Being idle, you can't get nothing done anymore.
Right.
That's it. Okay. All right then. Ira, read on in Mark.
Salagi, sir, 1 second.
No, sir. And also, any questions, just type them in the chat and we'll get to them.
Verse 6. But when he saw YAHANNA from afar off, he ran and worshipped him.
He went and did what?
He ran and worshipped him.
Go ahead.
And cried with a loud voice and said, What have I to do with thee, YAHANNA, thou son?
Go ahead.
Salagi?
Read on.
Thou son of the Most High God.
Go ahead. Listen, man. Listen, these demons knew who Christ was, man.
Right.
These demons know who the I.S.U.P.K is, man. Why? Because we serve Christ. These demons know exactly who the I.S.U.P.K is, man. This is why when someone contacts the school with demons, man, we give them the right counsel, do A, B, C, D, do this. This is what you do. You're gonna do this to fix your problem. You're gonna do that to fix your problem. And it works, man. We've seen miracles take place in here, man. We've seen these things take place in here. But like I said, if you don't contact the school, you'll never know. You'll always be, I think, I wonder, I think, I wonder. And it almost turns into a song, and your whole life becomes a song. Your whole life becomes, I think, I can't do this, I can't do that, I think, I wonder, I can't do this. And your whole life becomes a song. Your whole life becomes a song, and you don't never try. And then before you know it, everyone's just saying, oh, him. All he does is thinks all day. All he does is wonders all day, but he never tries. I think. How about you get up and do something about it, man? Read on.
Another one come. And cry with a loud voice. I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not.
Go ahead.
For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit.
Oh, now, Christ said, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit, man. Now, before it said no man could tame this man. And Christ told this unclean spirit, come out of the man. Back then, they thought they could change this solution, change his situation by shackling him up with chains, by locking him up with chains. And what did Christ do? Cast out that demon, man. Christ told that demon to come out of him, man. He didn't shackle him up with chains and say, okay, we're going to leave you in chains because you're a problem. Christ casted that demon out, man. He said, come out of him, you unclean spirit, man. And that's what we do in the I.S.U.P.K. We cast out demons, man. Whereas in church, what do they want to do? They just want to chain you up. In the mental home, what do they want to do? They just want to chain you up. You're self-harming. They just want you to self-harm all by yourself. To stop you from self-harming, their idea is what? Putting you in handcuffs. That's their idea, to stop you from self-harming. In here, we tell that demon to come out of you, man. We cast out that unclean spirit so you don't self-harm again. That's what we do in here. Now, you might think no one can tame you and no one can fix your situation. You contact the I.S.U.P.K, man, the council, and you won't be no longer self-harming. Understand this. Brothers used to be smoking cigarettes, tried to quit for years and couldn't quit. They come in the I.S.U.P.K, and that demon gets casted out, and they no longer smoke cigarettes, man.
That's right.
They no longer smoke cigarettes. Why? Because cigarettes is self-harming.
Right.
Cigarettes is a demon which is causing you to self-harm.
That's right.
They come in here and they put down them cigarettes. Now, they might not do it in one day. One day they might smoke 20 cigarettes. Next day they might go to 16. Next day 15. The next day they backslide 17. Next day they go to 12. And then eventually they never touch a cigarette again, man.
Right.
Because in here we cast out demons, man.
That's right.
We don't tie your hands behind your back so you physically can't smoke a cigarette. We cast the demon out, man.
Right.
So you no longer want to smoke cigarettes. So you no longer want to self-harm. That's what we do in here, man. We fix the problem properly.
Right.
We fix the problem all the way. We don't just hide the problem by putting you in chains like what they done to this man. Read on.
Another one answered. And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many.
So now this man had many demons. Listen, man. You might have many demons. Christ casted them all out, man. Your demons could be depression, anxiety, self-harm, lacking self-love. Your demons could be all of those things, man. You could have a legion of demons. You could have bipolar, border personality disorder, mental health, this and that. You could have a legion of demons. Guess what? Christ didn't say this man's demons is too much for me to cast out.
Right.
Christ didn't say this man has too much problems, I can't fix them. Christ casted all them demons out, man. That's what we do right in here. Cast all them demons out, man.
Right.
You could have a legion of demons where so much you think you can't get fixed, so you just cry and cut yourself. You just cry and self-harm. In here, we cast all them demons out, man. You could have a legion of demons. You could have many demons. Christ casted out many demons. And Christ said, I'm going to give you power to cast out demons, man. And Christ has gave that power to the men in the I.S.U.P.K to cast out demons, man.
Right.
You ain't never going to hear us say, oh, we can't cast out these demons. We can't do this. We can't do that. The Lord gives us power to cast out demons, man. Now, if one brother can't do it, guess what? Another brother can. A brother that's higher ranking who's been around for a long time might be able to help more with counsel. We'll put you in contact with that brother, man. But in here, we in the business of casting out demons. We ain't in the business of chaining you up in some cemetery somewhere and just hiding you out the way. We in the business of casting out them demons, man.
Right.
Don't worry, man. You got them demons. You come to class and you sit in that seat, man.
Right.
You sit in that seat right there, and we'll cast out the demons while you sit in that seat, man. You'll be crying your eyes out in class, man. And that's good, man. You just keep coming to class. Don't let that demon stop you from coming. Read on.
Another one can. Verse 10. And
Actually, give me Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 25.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 25. Heaviness in the heart of a man make it stoop. But a good word make it glad.
A good word is what? Your brother's saying, yo, anything you're going from there for you. That's a good word, man. A good word is knowing you got brothers. A good word is knowing you got counselors in the I.S.U.P.K, man. That's a good word. You should be glad to have that. There's a system in place for you, man. You don't need to be all alone. Some people want to be all alone, but you don't need to be. Go ahead.
Another one can. The righteous is more excellent.
Go back up and read that verse again.
Another one can. Heaviness in the heart of a man maketh it stoop.
Listen, man. Heaviness in the heart of a man maketh it stoop, man. Listen, man. You being depressed, that's gonna be the death of you, man. That would be the death of you. You're gonna lose weight. You know that they say losing weight comes from stress. And when people are stressed and they lose weight, it's not good weight that they lose. Like there's losing weight by, cutting back on your diet and jogging in the gym. And there's losing weight from stress. And you can see the difference, man. Right. Your face goes all droopy. Listen, man. One day you're gonna die from that stress, man. One day you're gonna keel over from that depression and that stress. Right. Don't let it get you, man. You fight the good fight. Drop the IRA. For time's sake, give me 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 14. Actually, then again, Nana, we'll come back to that. Give me Nana, give me actually.
1 Samuel 16 and
verse 14. So now this is what tons of people do when they're depressed or feeling low. So 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 14.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 14. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul.
Now this is the Spirit of the Lord departing from Saul. Go ahead.
And the evil spirit from the Lord troubled him.
So evil spirit troubled him, meaning Saul was troubled. And he had to do something to get rid of this evil spirit when it troubled him. Hold on, jump down to verse 18.
Verse 18. Then answered one of the... Salagia?
Hold on 1 second. Verse 17. Start from 17.
Yeah, don't count. And Saul said unto his servant, provide me now a man that can play well.
So every time this evil spirit was on Saul, he needed someone that could play music, man, to get the evil spirit off of him. So he needed someone that could play the harp to get that spirit off of him. What people do today is they're feeling a certain type of way, and they get music that keeps them depressed, right, that keeps them sad. There's a certain type of music that is going to keep you sad. I mean, ask a woman who feels like she's been cheated on. What does she do? Sits down and she exactly wallows in her sadness, puts on Ashanti, foolish, feeling sorry for herself. That's the song. That's the song. That's them. Sit down. This is what they do. They get a bottle of wine and a wine glass, and they listen to Ashanti, foolish, and they play it back to back and feel sorry for themselves. Yeah, they put on Keisha Cole. I should have cheated. That's a big one. And they play it back to back. Wallow in their sadness and play it back to back. Why? Because music is therapeutic, man. So they find the most song, they find the song that agrees with their situation, and then that's the music that they listen to. So they put on Ashanti, foolish. They put on Keisha Cole, I should have cheated. They put on give me some more of them sad songs. They put on
to the left.
So I can say that again.
To the left.
Yeah, that one as well. All of those songs as well. They try and find songs which makes them believe they should know their worth. They put on all of them songs with a glass of wine, man. Whereas listening to sad songs while you're sad, some people like to be sad. Like some people just love being sad, so they make themselves more sad. So they find the song which makes them more sad. Right. Whereas doing that's kind of backwards. You're sad already, and now you're going to find the song that makes you more sad. It makes no sense. So then people listen to songs. People that are feeling suicidal listen to suicidal songs. They listen to that YNW Melly song. What's it called? Suicidal. They listen to that. Suicidal. Listen, man. They put on that Tupac song, So Many Tears, when he's talking about I'm suicidal, don't stand near me. They put on all them kind of sad songs, man. And they feel sorry for themselves. Whereas doing that is backwards. You're already sad. You're already feeling depressed. There's no point in putting on sad music to make it worse, man. See, yeah, pain music. There's a whole genre you can find on Spotify. You put your headphones on, full blast. Listen, we've all done it. We've sat in the car feeling hurt, put on the music full blast. Put on the music full blast. A woman breaks your heart. As a man, men usually go to hardcore music. Like a woman treats you bad, breaks your heart. Put on some Mac Dre or something, man. Put on some Mac Dre or Future or something, man. Whereas making yourself more sad, your woman leaves you, and if you go put on Boys to Men, Don't Leave Me, Girl, obviously, you're gonna be more sad. Of course, you're gonna cry yourself to sleep, man. Why? Because you've made yourself more sad. You put on one of the saddest songs you could ever listen to, and it reflects with your situation, and then you think this is my song. You feel like you're in the studio with them when they made it. You put the headphones on, volume 100, and wallow in your sadness, man. Whereas that's just gonna make you more depressed. Certain types of music make you more depressed, man. Read on, Ira.
Another one cancer. Then answered one of the servants and said, Behold, I have seen a son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite, that is cunning in playing, and a mighty.
Meaning David was a good musician, so he was cunning in playing. So now, because music's therapeutic, when Saul was feeling a certain type of way, he needed David to play, and then that spirit would leave him. Like music's so therapeutic, music can make you be kind at times. Sometimes music can make you be like, you know what? Let me be kind. Sometimes music can be like, you know what? Let me be nice today because I'm horrible to everyone usually. And this song's making me reflect on how I treat. Music's therapeutic. And depending on what you listen to, could make you think you're some gangster when you clearly you're not. So music's therapeutic, but putting on sad music only makes you more sad. It's just backwards. Now, can you listen to music? Of course, but if the music's making you more sad, then maybe you shouldn't listen to it, man. Right. If Summer Walker's making you hate, man, maybe you shouldn't listen to Summer Walker, man. Now, if your woman's cheated on you and whatnot, what's that song, Quattazar, that Robin Thicke song? What's it called again? Yeah, all of that. If you're going to sit down and put on Robin Thicke, of course you're going to turn to alcohol and cry every night. Because every night you're listening to Robin Thicke that you lost without her, and the soft vocals and the instrumental in the background is going to make you more sad, and you're going to cry yourself to sleep. If you're sad, man, there's no point listening to more sad music. Like it's like some people almost like making themselves sad. If you're sad, why would you do more things to make yourself sad? It's kind of backwards. But people do it. Why? Because they're in their feelings, and that's what they call it. I'm in my feelings right now with the song. Like usually you can tell what kind of mood someone's in based off the music they play. Now, when a man's about to go meet a woman, or if he's with a woman, he puts on slow jams, man. Why? Because he's trying to get in the mood, man. Now, if you go to a woman's house, she's playing Summer Walker. She ain't having sex with you, Salaka. She ain't having sex with you that night if she's playing Summer Walker. She's probably going to stab you in your sleep if she's playing Summer Walker. Because she hates all men. She's listening to Cardi B. You got no chance, man. No chance. If she's listening to Cardi B, you just put on your coat and head out the door, man. She ain't making love with you that night if she's listening to Cardi B. You know why? You ain't her type because you ain't a 6-figure nigga, man. She said 6-figure nigga, that's my type. That's what she said. She's listening to that in front of you, and you barely got 4 figures in your bank account. Is it not Cardi B? Who is it?
It's Cardi B.
Who's it?
It's Cardi B, sir.
Oh, it's Cardi B. Nah, man, it is. I think it is. Yeah, it is. She's like 6-figure nigga. That's my type. Listen, man.
No, I think it's Dolce Cat or something like that.
Is it? Well, whoever it is.
That's my type. Out of Megan Thee Stallion.
One of them hoes.
Yeah, I think Megan Thee Stallion.
So now, imagine this. Sweetie, is it? So imagine this, man. You're there, barely got 4 figures in your bank account, and she's listening to 6-figure nigga that's my type in front of you, man. She's basically saying you ain't her type, man. You ain't her type with your 4 figures in the bank account, man. And tomorrow, your 4 figures is about to go to 3 figures, man. You got 3 figures, man. She wants a nigga with 3 more figures than that, man. and it ain't you. Listen, man, music kind of lets you know what mood someone's in.
That's right.
Read on Ira, and music is therapeutic, man.
And a mighty, valiant man, and a
And
man of war.
anyway, this is talking about David. He was a valiant man, a man of war, and so forth. Go ahead. Now, one time, this takes me back. Now, one time, a lion had David's sheep in its mouth, and David slew the lion. Now, David didn't stand there and say, I can't. David didn't stand there and say, well, the sheep got killed because, you know, I can't fight a lion. I can't do this. I can't do that. David slew the lion, man. How did he slew the lion? By actions, by doing something, man. He didn't sit there and say, what if the lion defeats me? What if the lion does this? I can't fight back. I can't do this. He slew the lion, man. That's what he did. And that took actions, man. He could have sat down and wallowed in his sadness and said, well, a lion's got the sheep and there's nothing I can do about it. And my life's so hard because the lion took my sheep and I can't do nothing about it. David said, okay, then, no sweat, and slew the lion, man. Didn't think twice. He slew a lion and a bear, man. That's what he did. Why? Because he's a warrior, man. And he understood this is a battle. He understood this is my sheep. You need to understand this is your life and you need to fight for it, man. You need to not let this demon take your life. You need to fight for it and say, you know what? This is the battle. This is my life and I'm going to fight back. That's what you should do. Instead of sitting down, moping in your sadness all day. Read on.
Another one come. In matter. And comely person. And the Lord is with him.
There you go, man. And the Lord is with him. That's what we need to do. Get in here so the Lord can be with us, man. The thing is this, most of us suffer from these things. Why? Because we know we're doing something wrong. We know we're not serving the Lord. So that's why we suffer from these things, man. Because we know we're not serving the Lord. Now, if we serve the Lord, now I'm saying you still can't suffer from these things. Of course you can. But if you serve the Lord, you have a better understanding and a better way of fighting it, man. Because you kind of know the ins and the outs. But if you're not in here serving the Lord, there's no hope. No matter what you do, your situation won't improve because you ain't serving the Lord. Now, serving the Lord makes your life better, man. Serving the Lord makes your life easier. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Wherefore Saul sent message unto Jesse and said, send me David thy son, which is with the sheep.
Actually, drop that for time's sake. Go to verse 23.
Verse 23. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed.
And that music was therapeutic, man. And that demon would leave him. Sometimes you got to, sometimes music helps, man. Because it's therapeutic. Sometimes music gets you through certain situations, man. Sometimes music gets you through certain situations, man. Listen, man, I listen to that Machiavelli album at least once a day, man. You see that Machiavelli album? I listen to that once a day, man. From start to finish. To me, that's the greatest album of all time to me. I play that every single day, man. And listen, man, certain music helps you out, man. Helps you get through your day or whatnot. Music's good to listen to sometimes, but obviously you don't want to be feeling depressed and listen to more depressing music. Like what's his name? What's his name? And he sings Starry, Starry Night. And he talks about killing himself. It goes, paint your palettes blue and grey, step out on a summer's day. Vincent, that's what the song's called by Don McLean. You know them old school songs. And it goes, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. You don't know them tunes there. So me, it goes, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. And if someone suicidal listens to that, and then they feel like they're Vincent. It says, paint your palette blue and grey, step out on a summer's day. And it says something, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. And then that right there, and it's like Starry, Starry Night. And then now people listen to that and think, oh, this is my life. I'm Vincent. This world is never meant for one as beautiful as me. And then based off their music choice, that makes them suicidal. Why? Because they're already feeling a type of way, and they put on sad music. Go ahead, Ira, read on.
And so Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
And the evil spirit departed from him when what? Yeah, so now the evil spirit departed from him when David played the harp. Why? Because music is therapeutic. Now people do things backwards. People do things backwards. How people do it is when the demon's on them, they play more demon music. They play more music which feeds into the demon that's already on them, which fuels the demon that's already on them. They play more sad songs to make them more sad. They play more depressing songs to make them more depressed. When you're meant to do the opposite. You're meant to do the opposite to that. But for time's sake, give me 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. So now we're in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. Hey, you got it, Ira?
I got it, sir.
Oh, yeah, all right,
This
go
is
ahead.
the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 7. For God hath not given us a spirit of fear.
The Lord ain't gave us the spirit of fear, man. The spirit of fear ain't the spirit of fear ain't the spirit of the Lord, man. If you've got any fears and whatnot, that ain't the spirit of the Lord. Having fear in them things ain't the spirit of the Lord, man. Read on.
But of power
What of
and
what?
of love. But
The
of
Lord gave you the
power.
spirit of power, man. Meaning you have power over them demons, man. Them demons should be afraid of you. You fight them demons, man. The Lord ain't gave you the spirit of fear. The Lord gave you the spirit of power, man. Which means you should conquer all your fears and have power over all your fears, man. Because the Lord gave you the spirit of power. Read on.
And of love.
And of love.
Of a sound.
And of what?
And of a sound mind.
And you get a sound mind by keeping the commandments, man. You get a sound mind by keeping the commandments. The Lord ain't gave us the spirit of fear. And anxiety is what? Fear. That's what anxiety is. Hold on, let me share screen. So anxiety is fear. So let's read what anxiety is. Hold on, let me go back on the stream. So anxiety is fear. It says anxiety is what we feel when we are worried, tense, or afraid. The Lord ain't gave us that spirit, man. The Lord, that's not the spirit of the Lord. It says anxiety is what we feel when we are worried, tense, or afraid, particularly about things that are about to happen or which we think could happen in the future. So now imagine this. You're afraid of something that you think could happen in the future. It ain't happened yet, but you're afraid of what could happen in the future. Ira, drop that. Give me Matthew chapter 6 and verse 34. We're worried about, so let's read it. It says anxiety is what we feel when we are worried. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 34. So anxiety is what we feel when we are worried, tense, or afraid, particularly about things that are about to happen or which we think could happen in the future. The thing is this, you're thinking too much, man. You're giving yourself anxiety by thinking too much, man. Stop overthinking. Anxiety comes from overthinking, man. Overthinking about what could happen in the future. You're not even there yet, but you're thinking about it already. It says, which we think could happen in the future. Anxiety is a natural human response when we feel that we are under threat. It can be experienced through our thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations. The thing is this, man. It's what you fear could happen in the future. Whereas, don't worry about the future, man. You take care of today. Read that precept that you're holding, Ira.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 34. Take therefore no thought from tomorrow.
Hold on, do what?
Take therefore no thoughts for the morrow.
Listen, man, stop overthinking about what could happen in the future. The Bible says, take no thought of what of tomorrow, man. You worry about today. You worry about the present. You worry about what you can fix right now. Don't be thinking about in the future. Because when you're thinking about in the future, what are you doing? Stressing yourself out over something that ain't even happened yet. Stressing yourself out over something that probably won't even happen. And then you give yourself anxiety by stressing and overthinking. The Bible says what?
Take therefore no thought for the morrow.
Listen, man, don't worry about tomorrow, man. This is what you do. You don't worry about tomorrow. You worry about today. You worry about right now. You worry about what you can be in control of. Stop worrying about tomorrow, man. You're going to stress yourself out and cause yourself to be anxious because you're thinking about the future. And you're taking thought of something that ain't even happened yet. You're taking thought of something that might never happen. The Bible says, take no thought for tomorrow. Why? Because if you're worrying about tomorrow, you ain't focusing on today. You're losing focus, man. You're supposed to remain focused and you focus on today. By you worrying about the future, you're not focusing on today. You're not focusing on today's problems. So you're going to have more problems tomorrow. Why? Because you're focusing on other days. How about you zoom in and zone in and locking on your target, which is today, and focus on getting through today and then worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care when it comes, man. When tomorrow comes, you then focus on tomorrow. Right. Stop thinking about the future. Why? Because you're worrying about the future and you're making yourself anxious, man. Right. You're making yourself anxious when you worry about the future. Like you're worrying about something that ain't happened yet. Like the thing is this, if you're anxious, you're living in the future. And this is the problem. You're living in the future and you're not living right now. Right. You're overlooking right now and you're living in the future. How about you stop living in the future and you fix what you can today, man? And then when you get to the future, you can fix it then. You can fix it day by day. But you're looking too far ahead, man. You're looking too far ahead and you ain't looking at what's in front of you, man. You ain't clearing the path of what's in front of you right now. Why? Because you're focused on too far ahead. You're stressing yourself out, causing yourself anxiety when there's no need to do that, man. Focus on today. Tomorrow will take care of itself when it comes, man. But you focus on the obstacles in your life today, which is presently right in front of you right now. Read on, Ira.
For the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself.
There you go, man. That will stop your anxiety, man. By stop thinking so far ahead, because tomorrow will take care of itself. You take care of what you can take care of right now. And with that, that brings us to the end of the class. Step it up. All right, we're going to do the security announcements, and then we're out of here.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements, where the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21, Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashara, 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations.
The Feast of Purim, which is Monday and Tuesday, February 14th and 15th.
All Akim and Akoff are to check the bulletin board in the hallway and to check all the I.S.U.P.K social media. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. To that, we'll say I-Majim. I-Majim Shabbat. I-Majim Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh.
Yajad Mata. Class dismissed.
All right, Shalom Israel. All right, Ira, for wonderful coming in. Shalom Yahweh Shabbat.
Shalom, sir. Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua Barakatah, sir.
Shalom.